Our people lived here on the river for thousands of years and never had to deal with this or never had this effect on it. But in a short period of time, look at the destruction of it. We've always had our ways where we had to be home by a certain time and wasn't allowed to be down the river without adults and stuff like that. And, you know, because of our traditional stories that got told to us, and we believe in them stories, and you know, it kept us safe, and we respect the river. The river is our mother, we respect it, and it looked after us. The river looks after us, it feeds us, and we love the river. We respect the river with as much respect as you can give. Something's got to change with the river. It's affecting people mentally, emotionally, health-wise. It's affecting people really bad, and that's what people don't understand, is how it affects us. You know, like I said, we've lived here for thousands of years. We're connected to the river. The river it runs in us. It's the blood that runs through our veins. Spiritually, we're connected to the river. And the state of the river, when you look at the river and you see how sick it is and how disheartening it looks, that's exactly how we feel. But when the river's got plenty of water in it and it's healthy and it's flourishing, that's how we feel. We feel happy, we feel good, we feel healthy. Mentally, we feel good because the river's in good health. But the state of the river now is exactly how we feel. In my lifetime so far, it's just gradually gotten worse and worse. Each summer, each drought that we've been through, you can see the change in it. The lesser flows coming from up north, you know, not as much water coming down, and now, like you can see, this is the result of it all. Everything's dying with it. Everything. The fish, as you all know, are dying. The mussels, the yabbies, the bird life is not here anymore like it used to be. You hear a few birds chirping now, but that's nothing compared to what it used to be. Kookaburras, I haven't heard a kookaburra sing out on this riverbank here for months and months. I don't know when the last time I heard a kookaburra sing out, and that was an everyday thing. You walk to the river, you heard a kookaburra, and now you don't see them, you don't hear them. Everything, it's affecting everything. Kangaroos, emus, the people, and this is, you know, in a short period of time. Like, our people lived here for thousands of years, and they drank this water out of this river. They lived off this river. This river fed us. It gave us water. It gave us life. And now it's you know, in the last 200 years, it's gone to nothing. It's just a dry, dead riverbed. Like, you can't get a feed out of it. You can't drink the water out of it. We got to depend on bore water for the community here, and we live on a riverbank. We live on the longest river in Australia, and we got to depend on bore water. That's the destruction of this river in a short period of time. So I don't even want to imagine, if we all don't stand up and fight for it, what it's going to be like in another 10, 20, 30 years' time. It's so sad and frustrating to see it in the state it's in now. It's hard, it's really hard. Like, we can't move from here because this is our country, this is where we belong, this is where we live. It breaks our heart. It's so frustrating to see the river like this, but I really don't know what we'll do. But there's one thing, we cannot move from our community. This is our home, this is where I was born, this is where I grew up, and no matter what, I'll never move from here. We used to come down here as kids in the weir and make fish traps. like they used to traditionally and catch fish by hand. We didn't need fishing lines and stuff like that. We'd come down here and build our fish traps and catch fish by hand. We'd get up early in the morning or late in the afternoon and there'd be a heap of us down here, teenagers, building our fish traps, catching fish by hand. And it's the same thing now, like I can't do that with my son. I can't pass that down to my son, how we traditionally caught fish, because we just simply don't have the water here. The constant flows coming down. We can't pass any of that on to our children. All them sorts of things that, you know, that's what we're frustrated about. That's what we're heartbroken about, because those are things that are very, very important to us, is handing down our cultural stuff to our kids. And we just, without the river, there's a lot of stuff that we can't teach our kids culturally. Some of our kids haven't even ate a fish yet from out of the river. And we crave for that sort of stuff. We had to have it. We loved eating it. We didn't run to the shop and buy takeaway stuff. We came down to our fish traps. We came down and caught a feed of fish, or we caught yabbies, and that was our meal. But now the kids, they can't, like I said, they can't do none of that. It's hard to put into words how we really feel about our river. It's almost like when your mum or your dad is laying in hospital, sick, ready to pass on, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you just sit there with them and watch them slowly pass on. It's the same way we feel about the river. Like our river's dying, and we're dying with it. And we feel there's nothing we can do about it. But we are doing everything that we can do to make the changes, to get more water, to let more natural flows come down the river, more water come down the river. But it just seems like it's all falling on deaf ears most of the time. And it's taken 1 million fish in Menindee for people to really listen and see that we need change to happen. And it's so sad that it took 1 million fish or more to die for people to really listen, when we've been saying this and we've been fighting for this for a number of years now. Well before the fish kill in Menindee, well before that we tried to get it out there. We tried to get people to listen, but no one would listen. And it's taken something like that for people to really listen. This river is not caused from drought, and people that believe and think it is blinded to me by greed. This is not drought, this is a man-made disaster. You know, like this cotton farming and water trading industry, there's clear evidence here where we're standing of what it's doing to the river. But the river never suffered like this. It never got to this stage before. They need to change this water trading setup, the cotton farming industry. I'm not no rocket scientist, but cotton has to survive on a lot of water, and to try and grow it on one of the driest continents in the world is beyond me why they'd even do it. Like, if the river continues in this state, there won't even be water for cotton. There'll be water for no one. And we'll all suffer in then. We feel that the government is doing nothing or very little to help us. And there's one thing that we always believe in, is the power of the people. And we feel that we need the people, the Australian people, everybody. Not just Indigenous people, but non-Indigenous people. We need support from everybody. We all need to pull together and fight as one big voice to show the government and make the government hear us, hear our cries, hear our pain, what we go through, what we're living through. But we need everybody to help support us.